Hi everyone, today we have two very important voices behind one of India's biggest gaming developments this year. Anuj Sahani from KRAFTON India and Anuj Mankar, the man behind Real Cricket from Nautilus. I'll be moving between both of them throughout this conversation and we'll take it ahead now. So Anuj Sahani, let me start with you on the big picture. KRAFTON's controlling stake in Nautilus is your real first major operator style in India. What made Real Cricket the IP worth taking full ownership of rather than building something in-house?
Hi. Real cricket is the biggest cricket game from India, not only on an Indian scape but also on the global scape. And what at Crafton we are looking at to grow the game further from where it is, with the global expertise of Crafton, in-house resources on the tech, performance marketing, brand marketing, etc. And that's the goal we as a team has to grow the game from where it is, and also from the perspective that cricket as a sport is very popular and real cricket as a game is very popular, so hand in hand it goes very well. And hopefully next few years we will be able to make it much bigger game from India for the globe.
Anuj Mankar, now moving over to you. After a decade of building real cricket, what did it mean personally and professionally to transition from Jet Synthesis ownership to being majority control now by Crafton?
So I think it's just a validation of our efforts, over the last decade or so, right? It was initially we were sort of run by the backing of a few promoters, and then Jet sort of came in and, bought into the belief that the real cricket franchise could, get larger. And along the way, we obviously, met Crafton and sort of shared our vision, and Crafton's ambitions in India sort of, triggered the move for them to get majority. I think from a development standpoint, it's just been an exciting journey in the past, but what is more exciting for the future is, how we can sort of upskill, learning from Crafton's expertise in the domain, sort of also help them sort of meet their ambitions. And, whilst doing that, I think the studio capability within Nautilus will also increase.
Yeah, very well. So, Mr. Sahani, from the strategic lens, you have invested over 200 millions in India already. How does real cricket strengthen your long-term India thesis beyond simply adding another big title?
See, like from last 3 years, Crafton has been launching a lot more games here in India, and games which are for Indian market. And with real cricket, we are continuing with our commitment of growing the local ecosystem. And we feel that real cricket is the game which can be grown from India for the globe. So that will be a focus in terms of launching games and real cricket especially. So see, we have tried a lot of games in last 3 years. I think we have launched 4-5 games. Cookie Run was our last launch. Then we have launched Bullet Echo. So different genre of games, different style of games which we want Indian audience to experience and explore. And in that, on those lines, real cricket we feel is the game to look forward to and to grow from where it is.
So, Mr. Mankar, back to you. And from the studio standpoint, what are the biggest internal changes you have made since the acquisition? I mean, in terms of team structure, tech stack, production pipeline, or the decision-making capabilities?
I think the biggest advantage of, being part of the Crafton family is that, independent studios like us are still allowed to be independent, and that's a great thing because, it's culture that builds the studio in a way that it is. But that said, like we have now access to far more advanced tech stacks, which we otherwise would not be able to get on our own. We have access to, new AI tools. We have access to better LiveOps capabilities. Obviously, Anuj Sahani's publishing team, we have access to all of those things which we otherwise didn't have. So from that perspective, yes, it's more an addition to our existing skill sets and tool sets that we get access to. And it's like my dream, right? Like to make real cricket brand far larger than what it is. And I think we have all those ingredients now. And now it's about, we've spoken a lot. I mean, Crafton was a minority for about 2.5 years prior to this majority acquisition. And, yes, there was always advisory support, etc. But I think through this acquisition, we now have the full capability available to us.
Yeah, very well. So, Mr. Sahani, on the Crafton's perception, what was the bigger pull? Was this acquisition driven more by the strength of real cricket as an IP, or Nautilus as a studio you can scale into a future sports or say the simulation hub?
Both the thing goes hand in hand. I think what Nautilus has done is tremendous in last 10 years, and where they have reached is not a lot of Indian gaming studios have reached. So they like kudos to them, and they have a very strong team, development team to focus on. So that's one. And also, as you know, that real cricket is the biggest IP which Nautilus has and the biggest game from India. in cricket space. So yeah, it's not just one thing. Both the thing goes hand in hand, and it's the combo which works well for us.
Yeah, certainly. So, Mr. Mankar, you just mentioned about the tech stack and the advisory support and the development front as well. How much of real cricket tech now, the motion captures, animation, physics, and systems has been rebuilt with Crafton's R&D support?
So as of now, immediately you will not see the complete results of the rebuild. The rebuilds take much longer. It's only been about 7-8 months since the majority acquisition has gone through. So right now it is more about learning to work together in a more sort of larger capacity. And I think that's what Anuj's team and my team have been doing. For things like a complete overhaul, etc. It takes much longer than that. It takes about 12-18 months for that to happen. But you will see the results of that too. So right now the biggest change is obviously with Crafton publishing Real Cricket, and those sort of changes and restructuring in terms of roles and responsibilities. That's where the focus is right now.
Mr. Sahani, back to you. As esports moves closer to the Olympic level, we have read you speaking about it as well in some interviews of how aggressively do you plan to push real cricket onto the formal global competitive stage?
Like real cricket has a very strong community as of now, and we will focus to continue grow the community, not from the external perspective also, but from the game perspective. So we'll move more towards live ops driven gameplay and social. We'll have a lot more social features in the game to grow. And then slowly, eventually, we'll move towards growing the esports ecosystem of the game. And I think Anuj can add to the current system which is running in the game. But yeah, obviously, our goal will be to grow the ecosystem from the esports perspective in next upcoming years.
I mean, just adding to that on the esports front, right? I think TalkEsports also been aware. We've done a franchise league, owned by massive celebrities, like you have Nikhil Kamath owns a team, and so does Sara Tendulkar, etc. So
Yes.
we've made some headway on the esports front. But I think what's exciting most for me is no one's done esports better than Crafton, right? And learning to use some of the things that they've already done, their learnings, their experiences, and then sort of channeling it into what can be done better with real cricket. I think that's most exciting. I think together, to make cricket esports a bit mainstream will be our common objective together.
Yeah. So, Mr. Mankar, for long-time players, what are the few obvious gameplay, non-obvious gameplay challenges, changes in the new version in physics, in AI, pacing, or match flow beyond graphics?
Yeah, I think we've worked on the game balance a bit, right? These are things that happen under the hood. So one needs to be. I mean, the long-term players obviously will recognize the changes happening and we're just trying to keep up pace with how the real-world sport is behaving, because as you've seen, like what cricket and how it was played 5 years ago, it's a lot is different now. You have the baseball and all of that coming in, right? So we try to keep up with what's happening in the real world, and so those sort of changes are going to be noticeable. Other than that, you will see a lot more sort of polish, and you will see some live events, some community driven. You have the battle pass added as well now, and then we're also going to be doing a tournament, which sort of results in sort of some real world goodies, if one may say.
Yeah. While Mr. Mankar takes care of the game modes and the gameplays and how the real world blends into the esports part of things, Mr. Sahani, Real Cricket carries massive licensing and brand responsibilities for you as well. So, how will Crafton professionalize rights, approvals, and live ops as the new publisher?
See, like from the license perspective, obviously, we are working towards acquiring more licenses. That's happening as we speak. And also parallelly, we are also working on growing Real Cricket as a brand. As you know, that we have a very strong brand team, and they work towards focusing on growing growing overall as a brand. That's one perspective, and along with that, we will also grow the what do you say, like the live ops system of the game. As Mankar said, basically that we will have a lot more community driven events in the game, and our focus will be to grow the live ops of the game. So yeah, that's the focus.
I'll just follow up with one more question on the specifics. With the official IPL team partnerships like MI with RR and LSG, how far do you want to push the authenticity, like the attributes, the play styles, analytics, or the narrative rivalries?
Yeah, as far as we can. So,
So, Mankar, you want to add something to that as well?
Yeah, I mean, like, look, over the period of time, like we've tried to sort of add not just likenesses, but also the way certain bowlers bowl their deliveries, etc. We've tapped into those things. So, like with MI, when you have Jasprit Bumrah available to you, you can actually see Bumrah bowl the same way that he does in real life in the game itself. So we try and tap onto that in terms of attributes. Of course, it is the auction now, and I think a week's time from now. So when that comes in, the rosters will obviously change. And that adds a bit to our workload because we need to start reshuffling the teams and sort of making sure they are representing the actual rosters, which are a result of the auctions in a week's time. So all those things. But apart from that, the most important thing is we're also pursuing a few more IPL related partnerships. So hopefully that and some content, some new content that will come around during the IPL period this year could probably make real cricket's IPL period probably the best one we've had so far. Let's hope for that.
Yeah, we all hope to see the rivalries which we see on the field on the esport platforms as well. Mr. Sahani will just delve deeper into this about the player names and likeliness, and this has become a globally sensitive topic now. How is Crafton planning to build a clean and scalable licensing framework for the real cricket's global push?
See, as a perspective, we all have to acquire licenses and have as much as authentic feel to the game we can give with the real world. And Anuj also said that we are working towards acquiring licenses and working towards growing the game in that direction. But eventually, it's a slow process. As we move ahead, we will see a lot of changes in the game in the next 6 months to 1 year on those lines. And just keep an eye on the game. If you are playing, do continue play the game, and you will see the differences and you will see the licenses in the game sooner.
Yeah, so we'll move up to the next section. We'll talk about the shared infra and LiveOps. So, Mr. Sani, does Crafton plan to integrate shared infrastructure like analytics, anti-cheat, LiveOps, cross promotions across BGMI, Real Cricket, and Future India mid titles?
Yes, definitely. So, in last 6 months, both the teams have been working together to integrate these systems and have the tech stack becoming more stronger for the game, so that we can grow the game in the right direction way how we want to, and take decisions based on data and based on the feedback from the users. So as we speak, some of the systems are already part of the game now. These are not user centric features, so you can't see. These are all the backend system which grows the tech stack stronger from the analytics and the backend services perspective. But yeah, these things are already in process. Some of things are already done, and as we move ahead, we'll see a lot of cool things coming in the game from the user perspective also.
Mr. Mankar, you just mentioned about it just has been 8 months, 9 months odd where the patient happened, and now it's time to get in the integrations done. But still, anything specific in mind of the live ops? What changes can be made? What patches and what how events will ship faster now and reliably?
I think, look, we had a lot of systems already in place, considering we've been building this title for about 10 years, right? Like, I think now it was more to have, sort of more advanced data stacks, etc., so that our decision making is crisper and is sharper. We also integrated like customer service tools, etc., so that if we can speak to our users more freely, and they can connect with us more efficiently. Things like that, things which were sort of rough around the edges was things that we concentrated on for now. And like Anuj said, in terms of more user centric features, those are being built as we speak. There'll of course be content around the World Cup when it happens in February. There will be content pieces shipped out during the IPL and so on, right? Which will be more sort of user facing rather than what the tech stacks, etc., which the users technically don't see, and everything is under the hood.
Mr. Sani will speak a little about the Crafton incubator and industry impact it creates. So, how does Nautilus fit into the Crafton India gaming incubator? Is it as a mentor studio, a tech sharing hub, or a model for future investments?
See, from Kiki perspective, obviously, Nautilus has a lot of experience, resources working with them from last 10 years, from decades. So from the art perspective, tech perspective, obviously there will be some mentors which will be coming in on board for Kiki. So that they can also help the local developers here in India to grow from where they are.
So we can expect to see more term sheets in the coming future with respect to the acquisitions and the incubator programs by Crafton.
Yes. So for Kiki perspective, we have like incubated 10 teams as of now. We are in process of shortlisting applications for third cohort. Cohort will start somewhere in April. So soon we will have announcements for the next cohort teams. That's probably somewhere in Feb or March we'll make the announcement. But yeah, we are in process of shortlisting applications for next cohort teams.
Just in brief, if possible, if any studio or game developers are watching this, and how does an studio make an application to get shortlisted?
So you can, like, anyone can refer to our website, the Crafton India website. We have a very simple form there to fill in for the incubation program. Once you fill the form, we'll get all the details. We look forward to shortlist any of the teams. And yeah, that's a simple process. It's not too complicated. Just go through our website, fill in the form, and we'll get the details and we'll circle back with the teams.
Just a couple of more questions before we wrap this up. So, Mr. Mankar, if you imagine a perfect real cricket game experience 3 years from now, in terms of device, mode, pacing, and social context, what does that look like? And where does your studio's craftsmanship shine the most?
Look, like the vision for us right from the start and back in 2014 when we first created a 2D game, right? The single point agenda, like if you had one sentence as a vision, it was to have built a game which is FIFA or cricket on mobile. That was my vision, right? And so we will go down that line. And of course, today what you see with FIFA is, I mean, again, 2 decades of work, right? And multi-tiered licensing deals, all of that to add that authenticity that you see today. We have access to our own pretty large motion capture studio now in Seoul, right? So where we can do a lot of advanced motion capture. We're working on licensing deals together. Of course, the team is now a lot more experienced than they were, earlier. So when we put all those things together, I think we would be able to get somewhere close to that vision. But that's where I think we will be in 3 years' time.
And finally, Mr. Sahani, for you, what does the ideal India-made sports simulation ecosystem look like for Crafton?
From Crafton perspective, if we are able to replicate the real world experience in a cricket game, which generally a simulation player will look forward to. As Mankar said, he wants to make FIFA for cricket. And that's exactly what our goal will be with real cricket in for next few years, to give as much as realistic experience to users so that they can feel that they are actually playing or watching a cricket match.
Very well. Thank you both for joining us and providing such detailed insights into the future of real cricket, Nautilus as a studio, and KRAFTON India strategy. It has been a comprehensive look at how the game and ecosystems are evolving. We appreciate your time and perspectives. Thank you so much.